The disagreement between Diogenes the Cynic and Plato wasn't just a clash of personalities. It was a collision of philosophies that still reverberated through time. Picture ancient Greece during a time of great philosophical debates and intellectual ferment. In one corner you have the refined and eloquent Plato, the sage of the academy. In the other corner, the wild and untamed Diogenes the Cynic, living in a barrel and giving the finger to societal norms. It's the clash of titans, a clash that not only shaped the philosophical landscape, but also offers us nuggets of wisdom to ponder in our everyday lives. Plato, a disciple of Socrates, believed in the pursuit of knowledge, the ideal forms, and the structure of society. He crafted complex dialogues exploring justice, beauty, and the nature of reality. On the flip side, you have Diogenes the Cynic, the disruptor of the philosophical order. He lived a Spartan life, shunning material wealth and societal conventions. His philosophy, influenced by the teachings of Antisthenes and Socrates, revolved around simplicity, self-sufficiency, and a rejection of societal norms. He believed in living in harmony with nature, embracing discomfort and cutting through the complexities of life with a razor-sharp wit. The tension between Diogenes and Plato manifested in various episodes that have become legendary in philosophical circles. Diogenes often criticized Plato and his teachings. It is said that during one of Plato's lectures, Diogenes interrupted by remarking, "What a lot of nonsense you are talking, Plato. If I were your disciple, I would be ashamed of you." Diogenes was known for challenging social norms and ridiculing conventional wisdom, and his confrontational attitude extended to established philosophers like Plato. Plato, not one to be upstaged, responds with a touch of sarcasm. "Diogenes, if you had paid attention to the rules of decency, you wouldn't have been abusing me in the middle of a lecture." This clash wasn't just a war of words, it was a clash of lifestyles. Diogenes, the eccentric hermit, lived in a barrel, embraced poverty, and defied societal norms with a grin on his face. Plato, the refined intellectual, associated with the elite, pondered the abstract and ideal. During these clashes, Diogenes' sharp wit was ever present. When asked what wine he liked best, he replied, "That which belongs to another." This humorous remark cut through the social conventions surrounding possession and desire, reflecting his disdain for materialism. It was a battle between the unconventional and the establishment, something never forgotten in philosophy. Diogenes the Cynic wasn't just a provocateur, he was a philosopher with a message. His life and teachings urged us to strip away the unnecessary complexities that clutter our existence. Man is the most intelligent of animals, and the most silly, he stated, challenging us to question our own follies and societal absurdities. In a world obsessed with materialism and social validation, Diogenes' barrel becomes a symbol of simplicity and authenticity. He invites us to find contentment, not in the accumulation of wealth, but in the alignment of our actions with our true selves. "It is not that I am mad, it is only that my head is different from yours," Diogenes jokes, encouraging us to embrace our uniqueness, even if it means living in a metaphorical barrel. Diogenes' philosophy extends beyond mere words. It's a call to action. His famous encounter with Alexander the Great exemplifies this. When asked if there was anything Alexander could do for him, Diogenes responded, "Yes, stand out of my sunlight." This witty exchange encapsulates Diogenes' disdain for worldly power and his commitment to prioritizing personal space and simplicity over grand gestures. In the broader context of philosophy, Diogenes can be seen as a precursor to existentialist thought. His emphasis on individual authenticity and his rejection of societal norms parallel the existentialist notion of defining one's essence through personal choices. As Jean-Paul Sartre would later articulate, man is condemned to be free, because once thrown into the world he is responsible for everything he does. On the other side, Plato inspires us to explore the realm of ideas and knowledge. His allegory of the cave challenges us to question our perceptions and seek higher truths. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light, he asserts. Plato's emphasis on the pursuit of knowledge and the existence of ideal forms prompts us to reflect on our intellectual journeys. In a world often clouded by misinformation and half-truths, Plato's commitment to truth challenges us to be vigilant seekers of knowledge, lifting the veils of ignorance that shroud our understanding. The allegory of the cave, one of Plato's most famous teachings in the Republic, serves as a metaphor for the journey of enlightenment. In this allegory, prisoners are chained in a dark cave facing a wall. They see only shadows projected by objects behind them and mistake these shadows for reality. When a prisoner is freed and exposed to the sunlight outside the cave, he gradually realizes the true nature of the world. This allegory invites us to ponder the nature of reality and question the limits of our perceptions. It shows the wisdom of philosophers like Immanuel Kant, who would later assert, "We see things not as they are, but as we are." Plato's call to venture beyond the shadows aligns with the philosophical quest to transcend subjective limitations and seek a better understanding of the world. The clash between Diogenes and Plato might seem like a dusty relic of the past, but their philosophies resonate even in the digital age. Diogenes challenges us to declutter our lives, both physically and mentally, urging us to find joy in simplicity. In a society that bombards us with messages about success measured in possessions, Diogenes serves as a reminder that happiness can be found in the absence of excess. His teachings even find resonance in the minimalist movement of the 21st century. Minimalism, with its emphasis on intentional living and the rejection of consumerist culture, reflects Diogenes' call to embrace the essentials and discard the superfluous. Joshua Fields, Milburn, and Ryan Nicodemus, prominent figures in the modern minimalism movement, advocate for a similar ethos: love people and use things because the opposite never works. Meanwhile, Plato's call for the pursuit of knowledge is imprinted in the halls of universities and online courses. In a world drowning in information, Plato's emphasis on discerning truth from illusion becomes a crucial skill. We are challenged to step out of our metaphorical caves, question the narratives that surround us, and bask in the enlightenment that knowledge brings. The journey of Diogenes and Plato invites us to reflect on our own lives and philosophy. Do we find ourselves entangled in the shadows of materialism and societal expectations, or are we daring to step into the sunlight of authenticity and knowledge? Diogenes, the embodiment of cynicism, contests us to reassess our values and priorities. His unconventional lifestyle and fearless disregard for societal norms offer a blueprint for authentic living in the modern world. Diogenes' philosophy was not just a rejection of materialism, it was a radical embrace of a life true to oneself. He once said he has the most who is content with the least. His guide to authentic living begins with a radical reassessment of our desires. His philosophy challenges us to be discerning in our pursuits, deliberate in our choices, and unapologetically true to ourselves. Are your pursuits driven by genuine necessity or by societal expectations? In the words of the modern minimalist Marie Kondo, the question of what you want to own is actually the question of how you want to live your life. So, align your actions with your values, prioritize experiences over possessions, and question the status quo. Aim to declutter not just your physical spaces, but also your mind. Plato's teachings, rooted in the pursuit of knowledge and the quest for truth, find renewed relevance in the digital age. The information era, with its deluge of data and a constant stream of narratives, demands a discerning mind capable of navigating the shadows of misinformation. Plato's emphasis on the dialectic method, a form of cooperative argumentative dialogue to stimulate critical thinking, resonates with the challenges of the internet age. In a generation where algorithms curate our online experiences, where opinions are often polarized, and where echo chambers reinforce our existing beliefs, Plato's call to break free from the chains of ignorance becomes increasingly pertinent. He invites us to question the nature of the information we consume. Diogenes, with his simplicity and authenticity, urges us to shed the unnecessary and embrace the core of our existence. Plato, with his pursuit of knowledge and ideal forms, inspires us to explore the depths of intellectual curiosity and seek truth in a world of shadows. So, whether you find yourself yearning for the simplicity of a barrel or diving into the depths of knowledge, remember the clash of these ancient titans. Their disagreement isn't just a historical anecdote, it's a philosophical feast for thought, inviting us to savor the wisdom and apply it to our own journey of understanding who we truly are. If you have come this far, thank you for supporting our channel. What are your thoughts on these two philosophers?